DNA is made up of nucleotides, and nucleotides are made up of three different groups, which are phosphate groups, uh, sugar, sugar bases, and nitrogen bases. Nitrogen bases are made up of four amino acids, which are adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. Cytosine and guanine are paired together, and adenine and thymine are paired together too. A human genome is supposed to have about 3 billion bases and 20,000 genes. And the human being in his gene has 23 pairs of chromosomes. These bases are put in a certain order, and that order is called a genetic code. This is the structure of DNA, and this is the double helix, and it shows all the bases that are in the structure of the DNA strand. There's something in DNA that's called chromosomes. Each human has 23 pairs of chromosomes. Unlike other animals and bugs, like fruit flies, they have 8 chromosomes. Our egg and sperm cells have 23 chromosomes, unlike any other cell which would have 46 chromosomes. There's something called a DNA sequence, and that DNA sequence tells you what type of determines the type of protein, and this protein can it's very important for our lives because it could be like something like a heart disease or Alzheimer's. So there's something called a DNA sequence, and that sequence turns into protein, and this is it works by DNA first turns into RNA, which is called a transcription, and that transcription just turns into a bunch of letters which are the four nitrogen bases: thymine, adenine, cytosine, and guanine. And once it goes from RNA to protein, which is called a translation. And a translation, it just turns it takes every three bases and turns it to an amino acid. It then turns into protein, and then you can then it tells you what protein it is. And that protein is important because it tells you can tell you if it's a disease or whatever protein it is, basically. Technically, everyone is supposed to look the same because everyone's from the same family, but since in mutations there's a different change after every person that's born in their genes, there's a slight change. So by the end, after years and years, people look differently. This is called genetic variation. There's a double mutation, which is one someone can have two chromosomes of one thing, two chromosomes of chromosome 18. That would relate to them in a deficiency, or it would get them a disease or something like that. Something called a protein switch. Protein switch is when a protein starts it's activated in one area or cell, and then after a while it shuts off and starts working elsewhere. This happens with babies once they're very young. They drink milk as a protein, and that protein is working for them. But after the age of 4, that protein shuts off and goes elsewhere.